matching the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs. Alabama coach Ray Perkins starting his third season, and this is his Alabama team. Quarterback by junior Mike Shula, bigger, stronger, more ready than a year ago when the Tide was 5-6. And there are more offensive tools available in 85, more speed and more depth. The Bulldog boss, Vince Dooley, his 22nd season, and he very seldom loses an opening game. Starting quarterback is Wayne Johnson. He's a redshirt freshman. Johnson making history tonight. The first black athlete ever to start at quarterback in an opening game for the Georgia Bulldogs. This is Sanford Stadium on the campus of the University of Georgia in Athens. All 82,122 seats have been sold for this one, even though classes have not yet started at the university. The reason is simple. This is Alabama and Georgia, neighborhood rivals in the Southeastern Conference. And over the past 19 years, these two teams have won or shared 16 SEC championships. So there is quality when these two college football teams play. 25 years ago, ABC Sports telecast its first college football game. It was Alabama and Georgia. And hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson, and welcome to CFA Football 1985 as ABC Sports begins its 20th consecutive year of bringing you college football. Normally, our telecast will be seen on Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And next Saturday, we have one we think you'll enjoy very much, the Florida State Seminoles and the Cornhuskers of Nebraska at Lincoln. In college football, there is one constant: change. And there are an awful lot of new people to be seen in action tonight. The coach at Alabama, Ray Perkins, is hoping to step beyond the lingering shadow of the bear, and the Georgia coach, Vince Dooley, has recommitted himself to coaching football, having turned down an opportunity to run for the U.S. Senate this past summer. And now, here come the Red Elephants of Alabama. 5-6 a year ago, first losing season in 25 years. Ray Perkins, 13-10 in 2 seasons. He played on 3 SEC champion teams at Alabama, and All-American end in 1966. Here come the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia 7-4-1 last season, tied Florida State in the Citrus Bowl. In the decade of the 80s, Georgia has won 29 and lost only 2 here in Sanford Stadium. To put rocks in Frank Broyles' pocket this morning to keep him on the ground. He is so fired up. Frank coming back in his 9th season as our analyst and expert commentator. And, Coach, it's, I think, going to be something of a season of change.
Keith, we're in for one of the most exciting seasons ever in college football. The reason, there's parity. When I was coaching, 3, maybe 4 teams could win the national championship. Today, as many as 15 could win that #1 rank. In fact, Miami and Brigham Young, the last 2 champions, were unranked when the season began. The reason for this, the clearest reason, a change in philosophy. We are seeing passing today. Proficient passing that just neutralizes the great defensive teams. Bear Bryant won 5 national championships running the football, playing defense. Today, that's not true. Passing teams and running teams that mix it are the ones that are going to win. We've seen that already by Brigham Young's Bosco and Purdue's Everett. Outstanding passes.
All right, since you put so much emphasis on it for the season and tonight's ball game, let's talk about the quarterback situation. Alabama starts with Mike Shula. He had a season under his belt. He's bigger and he's stronger going into this one.
As a rookie season, he was a role player. If Alabama's going to turn their program around, he's got to make some things happen. He's got to be more involved in coming through in the big plays, and I think he can. A season of experience makes all the difference in the world. The team has confidence in him, as do the coaches.
At Georgia, there is nothing but inexperience because their only experienced man is hurt, Todd Williams, and even among these promising freshmen, including Wayne Johnson, scheduled to start, there is no real game experience and some injury.
Well, the Georgia 3 quarterbacks that have experience or injury, so they're likely to start a quarterback that's never played. What this means is Vince doesn't know what's going to happen. He could go out and call a high school play. or he could drop the ball. I think Vince will consider it a victory if he calls the right play, gets the snap, and hands it off to the tailback on the first play. You never know what's going to happen with a young quarterback. Anything, and probably will.
Didn't you tell me once that you had a player who went out to call the first snap of the game? By the time he got to the huddle, he'd forgot it and had to call timeout?
And he came back and asked me to play again. That's what happens, and when the lights are turned on, anything can happen. 82,000 plus people, national television. The opening game, Georgia and Alabama. Every young man on the field feels some of the tension, I'm sure.
Work, hard work. That's what it takes when you want to be what Manville people want to be. The best supplier America deals with, period. These are the hands of Manville people. 21,000 people who know that it takes more than first-rate products to make Manville a first-rate supplier. Those products have to be where you need them, when you need them. Yes, Manville is 21,000 people with one goal: to make Manville America's very best supplier.
I don't usually do this, but I saw this number on TV, and I called it. It's to the National Cancer Institute. And what I found out is pretty convincing. They believe that a high-fiber, low-fat diet may reduce the risk of some kinds of cancer. So I made some changes, like eating All Bran, the natural high-fiber cereal from Kellogg's. You know, I'm glad I called that number.
Kellogg's All Bran. For more facts, call the National Cancer Institute, toll-free.
Nick Fox and James Mackey, investigative reporters who know only one way to get a story: become a part of it.
I got a name, and I got a number, I got a job.
The Insiders, Wednesdays this fall.
You'll love it.
Power, ambition, and corruption. One man's fall from grace. The Emmy Award-winning miniseries Inside the Third Reich. Starting Wednesday.
As soon as you see an old friend, you start remembering the times you've shared. The places, the faces. And have you noticed old friends don't get older, just better? We've shared some moments, some memories. You might call them classics. So what else could we call this old friend?
Perhaps revealing in the case of Kerry Good, who's been suffering with a groin pull for the Tide. Tim Brandt has that story.
Keith, Kerry Good, he played extremely well in the warm-ups. He was pushing off his leg. He was cutting extremely quickly. He's healthy. He will start. Kerry Good is a spectacular athlete. Remember, he had 297 total yards of offense in the first game we did last year against Boston College and 3 touchdowns before he got hurt. But he is back. He has rehabilitated the knee. The groin is okay. He will start. Now on the other side of the field, here at Georgia, Wayne Johnson, the quarterback, the freshman. Now he is a redshirt. He was a little bit tight in warm-ups. A redshirt means he went through all the practices last year, but he did not play in any games. He is
for the Georgia Bulldogs. Wide receiver, it'll be Herman Archie. He's a senior and lanky. Also at wide receiver, Jimmy Hockaday, a senior with experience. Lars Fate will be your running back, big fella, 215. Georgia will have from Rome, David McCluskey, a hard hitter, big fella. And the quarterback, as we told you, is a redshirt freshman, and a flag on the first play.
Team, 15 yards, first down.
So he gets the snap ball right, and he pitches the ball back to Lars Tate. And Tate's going to have about 6 yards on the carry before Cornelius Bennett brings him down. Here are the big people up front now for Georgia. Wycliffe Lovelace, 6'3", 230. And Victor Perry, 270-pound tackle. William Tong, 240-pound guard. Peter Anderson, 265 at center. Kim Stevens, 245 at guard. And Wilbur Stroja, 245 at tackle. Richardson playing at home. And Johnson handles the second snap all right. And David McCluskey hammers in there for 3. They'll be looking at third down and about 2. Your backers are Rockwell, Davis, Godwin, and Bennett. And the secondary is Robinson, Thomas, Turner, and Wilkinson. Third down and 2 for the Georgia Bulldogs. The ball is at the 42, and the ball goes to Tate, and Tate is hammered. Does not reach the line of scrimmage as Big John Hand, 6'7" and 275 from Sylacauga, Alabama. Nails him down at the 40. And it's a loss of 2 yards. Alabama claiming fumble. The ball was blown dead, and it's 4th down. In comes a brand new punter. Saved his life, but I guess he's all right. Greg Richardson opens it wide receiver. Albert Bell is a newcomer, a JC transfer. They say he's great. Craig Turner is a proven performer, a senior at fullback. Kerry Gould will be in there, the speedster, brilliant running back. And the quarterback is Mike Shula from Miami, the son of the Miami Dolphins coach Don Shula, which is their trademark. The tight end, Thornton Chandler, big, 6'6", 240. David Johnson weighs 270 at tackle. David Gilmer, a 250-pound guard. Wes Neighbors, 250 at center. Bill Condon, 240 at guard. And Larry Rose, making history himself, starting as a freshman, a true freshman, 275 pounds from Gadsden. This is Kerry Gould, and Gould is nailed down around the 22, just over the 22. And Brantley is filling a very big hole. Calvin Ruff, Henry Williams, Henry Harris, Kenneth Sims, Greg Waters, John Brantley, and Billy Mitchell are your backers and linemen, with Michael Willis, Gary Moss, John Little, and Tony Flack in the secondary. And 3rd down and 6. Shula back to throw. No, gives it to Turner, and Craig Turner goes for a 1st down.
The fullback comes in front and just shovels the ball in front. It's a very safe play. Had it been incomplete, it would not have been a fumble. Georgia was rushing the passer, took themselves right out of the play. Turner makes a nice gain for the 1st down. Pass interference both offensively and defensively.
And on 1st and 5, Albert Bell goes in motion. Shula pitches to Gould. Again, penalty flags down. Kerry Gould's got a 1st down as he breaks 2 tackles and moves the ball beyond the midfield stripe to the Georgia 49, but let's see about the flag. And it was a linesman who threw it. The enthusiasm and/or eagerness of the Georgia defense now, giving Alabama 10 yards and a 1st down at the Georgia 49. Over the ball is Wes Neighbors, son of Billy. That man in motion turned upfield awfully quick, but no flag on it. Gould gets the ball, and he's dropped at midfield and may have lost a yard, though they seem to have marked him up around the line of scrimmage. Boris Becker, the young teenager from West Germany, defeated by Nystrom today in the U.S. Open. That's a stunner. Becker was seeded 8th, Nystrom 10th. There are the other scores. You see McEnroe beating Jan Smith. It is 2nd down. They give Gould a yard. 2nd down and 9 from the Georgia 48. First quarter getting underway. First game of the season for both teams. Craig Turner trying to bounce outside. Does get something out of it. Good leg drive by the big fullback, and he's down to about the Georgia 42.
The Georgia defense has been the key for the success of the Bulldogs for years. They see if they can stop the Alabama team.
They're showing some blitz, and they've stopped them. They give the ball to Turner. Turner crosses the 40, but he is not at the 39, and that's where they had to go.
2 pass, maybe. Oh, he's
trying to draw him offside.
Yeah, he's throwing him offside.
Now you'll take a 5-yard penalty and they'll punt it. Outstanding freshman punter for Alabama. High looping kick, trying to kill it deep. Moss is back. Moss calls fair catch, fumbles the ball, and Moore gets more out of that one than perhaps he might have if Gary Moss had just left it alone. Moss is a junior, and he helps Alabama in that instance as he chases the ball back to the 2.
Alabama defense has been coached this year by Joe Kynes, who was at the University of Florida last year. And he has a different scheme, a different concept. Read the block and make the play.
They're having a good time. Wide man is Fred Lane, and Johnson is in the end zone to throw. Lines it up and lets it fly. And it is incomplete. Fred Lane, the speedster, and he was burning down the sidelines on a fly pattern covered by Freddie Robinson. Greg Richardson is deep. No pressure. Kick is out. Pretty good kick to midfield to 49. Richardson takes it. He's got some room. And comes back inside the Georgia 40. It'll be 1st down Alabama at the Bulldog 39. Will Jones, a sophomore, brought him down. A 43-yard punt that time by Carpenter, but an 11-yard return that time by Richardson. Hurst is in the lineup now for Alabama. Shula off the snap. Goes outside to Gould. And Gould won't get anything out of that one. Pursuit was fine by Brantley. Brantley danced out of his backer position, went to the outside, and took him down. Chester Braggs is in at running back. And a penalty flag down as the ball is handed to Craig Turner, the fullback. And Turner moves from about the 41 to about the 39.
Georgia jumping off sides, win enough games to have a good program. You're not going to replace that.
Over.
He won 13 championships at Alabama, conference championships, and 5 national.
Silly to keep harping on it.
That's correct.
I don't know why they keep doing it, because that era is over. 3rd down and 3. Quarterback draw. Schuler dives for the first down. It looks like he's short.
The Georgia defense primarily is a swarming defense, trying to stop the wide plays, limit your passing to short passes, but they are the best at blitzing, surprise blitz of any team in America.
How many walls of the room did the Georgia defensive scheme contain yesterday?
In talking to the defensive coaches, they had their defensive scheme. It took up 4 blackboards. That's the multiple defensive scheme to try to confuse the offensive blockers of the opposing team, thereby losing their aggressiveness.
4th and 1. Second time Alabama's gone for it in this first quarter. They go over the top with Chester Braggs, and the junior from Greensboro, Alabama, has the first down for the Tide at about the Georgia 28. Carries. Now they send an extra lineman in because Georgia's anticipating that He won't pass, but he does go for the pass. The blitz on, the pass thrown down the middle, intercepted by Tony Flack. Tony Flack at free safety is loose on the sidelines, and he comes all the way back outside the 30, and a penalty flag is thrown. He may have a clip downfield.
Keith, I saw the block. I thought it was a legal block. You cannot block below the waist on any change of possession. Stayed in the pocket, not thrown the ball away. The blitz was on, man for man, disrupted. Georgia are just experts at disrupting the pass pattern. As Bell was trying to come across the middle, he was shoved, and the pattern was broken off, and Schuler threw for the interception.
So Georgia loses some of that field position as the ball comes back to the 11.
Give the receiver until the ball is in the air.
Running play with Lars Tate carrying, and certainly nothing fancy about it. 2 Tate on the carry. Lovelace is in the lineup, all right for Georgia. Back goes Johnson to throw it. Ball is batted down by Cornelius Bennett. Incomplete.
Cornelius Bennett was an All-American last year as a sophomore, number 97, one of the dominant football players in the South. He's 6'4", runs a 4.4 40, weighs 235. Can be one of the great players. He's knocked down, but like all great football players, they bounce up, and now he obstructs the view of the quarterback, Johnson, and deflects the ball.
Now Fred Lane has come into the lineup for Speedster. The pitch goes back, however, to Lars Tate, and Cornelius Bennett pins him down for a loss inside the 10. There's no pressure. Good high-hanging kick up around midfield. Richardson takes it at the 49 and goes down at midfield, and he is cut down by Keith Henderson, a freshman tailback, after a 39-yard punt. Another look at 97 Cornelius Bennett.
Bennett is now on the right side of the Alabama defense. Great football players are at the right place at the right time. Instinct, awareness, that's the name of the game for John Lewis.
Second down and call it 7 as Braggs carries and gets near the 45. They'll be looking at 3rd down and 5, and again there is the example of that swarming Georgia defense.
Once again, as we look at Ray Perkins, again, Alabama has the ball on Georgia's territory, 3rd down. Critical situation we talked about, but Bill Lewis, the Georgia defensive coordinator, is a brilliant football coach, and he defends his opponent with strategy more than just players. A lot of different looks and a lot of different blitzes.
Exactly on the 45 for the 3rd down snap. They've got to go to the 40.
They're defending this time. 3-man rush.
Option play. Outside goes. Braggs pulls it down, gets loose, picks up the first down. Good run by Chester Braggs.
Excellent blocking by Bobo, the fullback, allowing number 24 Bobo as a walk-on. Junior college player, as Schuler is now running the option play, something that they didn't do last year. And now Braggs cuts back inside of the block of the end and the fullback and makes the first down. 3rd and 5, critical.
Ball is just over the 40 of Georgia.
He's got to take his toll in the 4th quarter.
Yes, sir. Schuler down the middle with it. Bell pulls it in. Perfect throw this time by Schuler. And Bell broke his pattern a little sharper.
This is the first time that Alabama has thrown on first down. Kind of a gadget play, faking the Statue of Liberty, and Bell is going in behind the linebackers. Georgia linebackers dare not drop that deep. Richardson had decoyed Black out.
The enemy, heat. It can literally bake the life out of your tires. Hence the design for Vector, Goodyear's unique crisscross tread all-season radial. So advanced, its radial construction works like a built-in cooling system to help the tire run cooler and last longer. The Goodyear Vector. It simply performs like no other tire in the world.
New Seagram's Cooler. Taste it all.
Taste it all.
Reward yourself. New Seagram's Cooler. A great break from beer.
Taste it all.
More with it than wine. New Seagram's Cooler.
Taste it all.
A refreshing combination of cool white wine with a touch of crisp, sunny citrus. Tastes clean, fresh, refreshing. You deserve it. Refreshing Seagram's Cooler. It's earned the Seagram name. New Seagram's Cooler.
Taste it all.
Here, Doris. Got a meeting in Davenport. Be back tomorrow.
United Airlines salutes the first person who figured out that flying to a business meeting was a pretty good idea.
Afternoon. Cars broke down a couple miles back. Gonna miss a big meeting in Davenport.
That's so.
Say, could you, fly me there and back?
Let me get this straight. You want me to fly you there, sit there and wait for you while you have this meeting, then fly you back? Through the years, the Friendly Skies has flown a whole lot of business people. We found it pays to listen to them.
Thanks for flying me. Next time, maybe you could have some coffee on board.
You're not just flying. Let me get this straight. You want coffee on the plane while we're in the flying the Friendly Skies.
There's a style in your life no one could ever deny. You're on your way to the top, and along the way you've always known just who you are. Where you're going, you've always known it. Where you're going, it's Michelob.
Where you're going, it's exceptionally smooth Michelob.
Where you're going, it's Michelob.
Next Monday night in one of football's fiercest rivalries, the Washington Redskins tackle the Dallas Cowboys. Live at 9 Eastern on ABC's NFL Monday Night Football.
But that puts him in man coverage. Shula drops. He looks for Bell. He's wide open. Ray Perkins was very, very exuberant. Just with this touchdown pass from Mike Shula to Albert Bell, 7-0.
The role of Bell is to sell the inside fake. He really does a job because Black turns inside. Now he's open for the touchdown. We'll be right back.
May well make him an All-American.
He ran 86 yards for a touchdown against Tennessee as a freshman.
Yep. Fumbles the football. Georgia dives for it. Gould follows it. Let's see who's got it.
Oh, they're scrambling for it, Keith. They're still fighting for it. A tie.
Right after Henry Harris was in the melee, Big Henry, number 52, fighting for it.
Georgia front three are good at penetrating. The ball is on the ground right now. Let's see if we can detect who fell on it. Now, Goode has it right now. It's on the ground, but Goode fell right on it.
For the tie. They lead 7-0. 10:25 to go in the first half. Shula hands, Goode breaks, and gets a first down. Well, we see him run in real traffic, including Bill Battle,
Holding penalty by the offense.
Bud Moore, Charlie Pell, Jimmy Sharp, Richard Williamson, Bill Oliver, Mickey Andrews, Leon Fuller. Leon, of course, out at CSU, Colorado State now. He was very much involved with the ABC sports operation back in those days, and eventually became the president of the television network. And about 17, the football is resting at the 24. And here comes Chester Braggs, number 30. And Braggs has jumped on. Number 57 diving in there, Kenny Sims for Georgia.
This time, he's a lot better quarterback on the field, a field general. He's a lot better at that.
An unusual call on 3rd down and 13 as they run a draw with a fullback, Craig Turner. He out at the 42.
Georgia had showed the blitz, then they backed out, and as Keith said, Turner just broke outside of where the play was designed to go and made the first down. Georgia
stays on the field on a hot night, and Alabama keeps pounding at them. Braggs carries there, gets short yardage.
Of any in America.
2nd down and 7. The ball squirts loose off the snap.
The official is taking time to unpile the players. Georgia thinks they've got the ball.
Does Bill Lewis teach the defensive unit to automatically point the other way when they're 3rd down and about 7 with 3 wide people in the game? And out of the shotgun, Shula, a little shovel pass to the fullback, Turner. Turner is good for the first down, but they're penalty flags.
The bottom of your screen, I should say, number 44 steps up ahead of the snap.
Have illegal motion, 5-yard penalty.
Now this is a typical Georgia situation to blitz, but
Shula option goes to Braggs, and he does not get the first down, though he did get some good blocking to turn him upfield, but Tony Flack finally came in and 10 from the 30. Options it, pitches it back to Tate. Lars makes a good play to get the ball, breaks it upfield, and picks up a first down for the Bulldogs out around the 42 before Rory Turner makes the tackle.
Let's see if we can see the clip that Alabama's complaining about. Coming right there, right at the top of this wide receiver. Seems to clip the quarterback and give the ball carrier a chance to break into the secondary.
Stanley Blaylock is in the lineup now. Jackson pitches back to Tate. They reverse the ball. Here comes Blaylock around. Great speed, the fastest man. Fumbles the football, but Georgia covers it. Jackson, following the play, falls on the ball. So there is a loss on the play and almost loss of the ball as stuck one on Stanley Blaylock.
Alabama is a fundamental playing defensive team. I don't think they're too subject to the reverse. And you see Bennett, number 57, knock the ball right out of Blaylock.
From about the 32, Jackson gets good protection, goes down the field with it. Hockaday! First down inside the Alabama 25.
Played only a little bit at the tail end of the season. Look at the arm. Without much effort, he just rifles the ball down, splits the safety man, 21, and Richardson, and 37, Turner. Hockaday jumps and pulls it in, gives Georgia a
tailback now behind McCluskey.
He's the best pass receiver, the tailback.
They need 20 yards for the first down. The ball is handed to the up man, and it is McCluskey down to near the 20.
Boy, Keith, that's the advantage of having a fullback who does kick the ball. They're going to concentrate and try to score, not try to go for the field goal if they can.
3rd and 8 now. Jackson got a problem, but runs away from part of it and gets back to the line of scrimmage. He almost popped out of there. Be a 37-yard field goal try. Everything good. Kick is up. And the kick is good. And there's a penalty flag at the line of scrimmage.
Keith, if it's roughing the holder, which it might be, it could be 15 yards and a first down. Well, they talk. Refuse it. Never take points off the scoreboard.
Right.
I agree with that decision.
They could have accepted it, but in doing so would have taken the 3 parts off of it. So 7-3 now as the Bulldogs get on the board.
When the Big Q flows, America goes.
Hey, that truck runs and we don't.
Only gets Big Q. Quaker State.
You can depend on number 1.
You know, Pop, they start with Pennsylvania bread crude.
Nothing like Quaker State.
Unique formula. Stable viscosity, keeps the oil flowing, protecting, no matter what.
No substitute for quality. I got 2 great partners.
Quaker State. The Big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will. Save up to $2.40. Maybe win a new Corvette. See retailer for details.
And Georgia 3. Right now, let's go to our colleague Tim Brent.
All right, Keith. Ray, you come away with a 4-point lead in the first half. You were dominant offensively, and yet you stayed rather conservative.
Well, we wanted to play the game and run the ball on them and control the ball, try to, and keep it away from their offense. And I think it's a typical Georgia game thus far, you know, but I'm certain that they're going to go into halftime, make some adjustments. We're going to have to make a few adjustments defensively and offensively and come back out the second half. It'll be another dogfight second half.
Can you tell us about some of those adjustments? They changed quarterbacks, and with Jackson, of course, he's much more mobile and gave you some problems.
Well, he did, and they hit a couple of big plays on us in the passing game, too, and that's one of the adjustments that we're going to have to make.
Okay, good luck in the second half. All right, with the score 7-3 Alabama at Sanford Stadium, we'll be back after this commercial and a word from your local stations.
Roger, you've procrastinated long enough. Now's the time to insulate. It'll mean a warmer house this winter, potential savings on your energy bills. And Roger, don't forget the federal energy tax credit. It runs out at the end of 1985. Plus, get a fall outing gift free for insulating with CertainTeed fiberglass insulation. So, Raj, get off your hammock and into your CertainTeed dealer now for complete details. Because nobody rewards you like CertainTeed.
Catch the rays, feel the heat, breeze on out to the summer beach. Turn it loose with the silver bullet. All you have to do is pull it. Grab a hold of a cold Coors Light. The flavor's heavy, the weight is right. The silver bullet won't slow you down. Feel the beat. Keep it light, party right. Turn it loose with the silver bullet tonight.
Coors Light Beer.
I hate errors, even when I paint something. That's why I like Krylon spray paint. Look, spray this one with Krylon, this one with this other brand. Krylon goes on smooth, professional. No runs, no drips, no errors.
Hey, that's baseball talk.
That's Krylon talk. 12 minutes later, Krylon's dry to the tackle. An hour later, the other one's still wet. See? Krylon for a smooth, fast, professional finish.
CFA football action keeps on rolling as highly touted Nebraska takes on Florida State. Saturday, live at 3 o'clock Eastern on ABC Sports.
Alabama since Tony Nathan left, so they must have some confidence in him to give him that number. Here are the halftime stats.
As we can see, Alabama had the best of the stats. And I think the most impressive thing was Georgia could not move the ball being conservatively. They came out and opened up and threw on virtually every down, and that changed some things. It's going to be interesting to see if Alabama's going to stay with their conservative play, thinking they can just keep the lead and their defense stop Georgia. I don't believe they can. I think Alabama's going to have to loosen up some, and risk-taking is essential, Keith, in football. You can't stay conservative. You'll get buried if you do.
It's first down from the 38. And Jackson, the quarterback, drops the ball, running down the line, and Georgia covers it at the 35. Last time, the fullback carried it 3 times. On the 20. Jelks has got it. Bounces outside. He can run, picks up 7. Tony Flack brings him down. He just kind of cruised it in and zip outside. Change, I'll tell you about that in just a moment. First, this comment from Ray Perkins on Al Bell.
He catches the ball as well as anybody I've ever seen, with the exception of John Jefferson when I was at San Diego in '78. But everything he touches, he catches it, and he's tough. He'll block. He can run with the ball, and he's got great movement for his lateral movement. He's got lateral movement like a running back.
That's high praise indeed from Ray Perkins, who wasn't too bad himself. This is a pitch outside the Turner on 3rd down and 2, and he doesn't make it. Bill Mitchell, the weak side backer, came across and got him. And the dandies right there. It's first down, Georgia. The ball at their 20. Jackson is the quarterback, gives the ball to Lars Tate. And Lars Tate runs it up to about the 26, and a penalty flag comes out of the linesman's pocket. And you might have a face mask.
I believe it's a clipping, Keith.
Or a clip.
They seem to make
it's
the clip. Oh, that's tough on Georgia. Have a little room.
2nd down and 20. And this is Tate running the ball over right tackle. Big hole, and never really did have his full balance. But even so, brings the ball out to the 26. 30 yards on 7 carries, and James Jackson will throw it. Swing it out to Tron, and there's folks out there waiting for it. Guess who? Number 97, Bennett.
Penalty of offensive mistake. First game of the season.
Trailing 7-3. Low kick, but long. And Richardson has to retreat to his 26 to take it. Now gets a crack. And McCluskey runs him down and keeps him from going for 6. A great return by Greg Richardson, but even better, the blocking. The wedge opened a big seam for him, and he took off.
When you set a low kick, when you kick the ball 55 yards off the line of scrimmage, then you see some great blocking. Number 56, Greg Gilbert, just a freshman linebacker from Decatur, Georgia, by the way, makes an outstanding block to spring Richardson free for the...
They got Jelks in there at tailback, and Bell has seen the ball twice. Once it was intercepted, and the second time he caught it. This goes to Jelks.
I don't understand that call. Unless they're going to try for a field goal, which would make it 40 to 52-yard field goal.
Here comes Tippin. He's coming at 6-0. The holder is Larry Abney. Plenty of leg. Good. That might have been dead center. There's no wind tonight, virtually none. I mean, the flag is hanging damp and limp, and he didn't have to worry about any Kentucky windage on it. He just belted it and drilled it right down the pipe.
And they're staying so conservative, I would guess.
Jackson still got it on a bootleg. Brought down by Vernon Wilkinson, the right cornerback, who is a seasoned, tough player at right corner for Alabama. But Stadium, along with 82,000, and the ball is handed off to Lars Tate, and Alabama just eats him up on a 2nd down and 10 now. James Jackson looking to throw it, penalty flag down. Jackson running is knocked out of bounds across the field, and we'll see about the flag. Ricky Thomas, the strong safety, was the man that came all the way across the field with Jackson
and walk away with the victory.
Shula keeps it. Dives short of the 1st down by a yard. That was the 40th Alabama rushing play of the night. Third at a short yard.
Georgia has won these short yard situations before.
Not this time. Good dives over the top and picks up enough for the 1st down.
Which I wish we had. I had to.
Shula, left hand's one downfield. Pass is caught. Pulled in by Mike Bobo, but it's a possession-type pass, and there's a penalty flag thrown. Could be roughing the passer.
I believe that's what it was, Keith. It seemed to me it was a very close call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, automatic 1st down.
Line of Georgia. Option, Shula pitches almost too late to Jelks. He fumbles the ball out of bounds. Alabama will keep possession. 5. Ball at the Georgia 44. Jelks again. Oh, boy. There's a nail job by Big Henry Williams.
Henry Williams is playing the position that Jimmy Payne played for Georgia. Every 3rd and long down, and now they're going to throw.
Fumbles the football.
Bounces back up, Keith.
They came right back to him, didn't he?
Yes.
Line. 3rd quarter is over. We'll continue after this message and a word from our local station.
What's America's newest bundle of energy? The new Energizer AA battery. It's supercharged.
Supercharged, like you, Mary Lou. This new Energizer AA is the longest-lasting Energizer ever. Supercharged to give you power no other battery in the world can beat. Tell him, Mary Lou.
Remember, you only get out of it what you put into it. So energize it.
Nothing beats the mighty new Energizer.
Now supercharged.
It'll work on your dandruff. Yeah, but I'm afraid it won't leave my hair the way I like it. Hey, this is great stuff.
Today's Head and Shoulders.
It's all I use. Okay.
Tough dandruff protection that works only on your scalp, not your hair. Gentle conditioners go there.
Tough on dandruff, right? But great on hair.
Today's Head and Shoulders. Dandruff care that's good for your hair.
Test pilot Chuck Yeager for AC Delco.
Up here, power when you need it will save your neck. When you get back down to your car, it helps too. Today's smaller engines need extra firepower from a spark plug, and AC delivers. If you could look inside your engine, you'd see an AC spark plug delivering up to 30,000 volts, firing 30 times a second. Firepower when you need it from AC.
Call 800 AC Delco for a retailer near you.
Never wait for trouble.
Tomorrow, Tony Danza's taking house cleaning to new heights.
Pick up some pointers and get a jump on the laughs. Who's the Boss? And following Three's a Crowd at 9/8 Central, Dave and Maddie wind up on the wrong side of the tracks.
Was it good for you, too?
When they take a ride on the Murder Express.
Don't touch that, man. You don't know where he's been.
Bet you can't guess who done it.
Who? Who?
Who?
Take a stab. Ooh. It's Moonlighting. Tomorrow.
You'll love it.
Yelts is in there tailback now. And Shula rolls it out. And pumps it down the middle to the big tight end, Thornton Chandler. And the 6'6"er from Jacksonville, Florida, pulls it in for a completion at the 34 of Georgia.
Misdirection pass, meaning the backs go one direction, the quarterback comes the other. Has a tendency to distort the rush, and it distorts the pass coverage. Some of the people go with the backs, some of the other players go with the quarterback, and the tight end, Chandler, is right over the middle, 6'6", jumps up and catches the ball.
Turner stays in. Shula back, look out for Bell. Bell down the middle. Had the ball, but a wicked hit by John Little. And welcome to Division 1A, Mr. Bell.
I was going to say that, Chief.
Hit a 48-yarder earlier. This one may not get there. Wide to the right. Well, he hits from 48, misses from 47 with 9:52 to go in the ball game. It's still up for grabs.
So the offense could get going.
Worley drops it. Alabama's got it. Drops it right into the hands of Cornelius Bennett.
Seems to be right where Georgia's going to run the ball. What a great play he makes here. Has the play botched up. The
It's
back
like picking
work.
up Easter eggs.
Yeah,
there.
but what happened, Worley was looking at him and took his eyes off the ball. Bennett's playing the option play. His responsibility is not to let him get outside. He starts going to the boundary, going to cut the ball carrier off at the corner, and the ball pops right out in front of him.
Now you got a tired Georgia defense trying to defend the goal line from about this time either. Turner picks up the ball and just puts his head down and keeps on trucking. And he's going to have about 5 on that carry.
Shula was shocked when the ball came right through his hands.
Shula back. Looks for Bell, throws to the corner for Bell. He catches it. He's out of bounds. No TD. Moss was with him, and Bell veered to the outside, and when he made the catch, he was off the playing field.
Run with him. He doesn't have the speed. Should have given him a little more cushion. Georgia is lucky the pass was out of bounds.
His
Right
foot
on the
came
line.
down right on the chalk, it looks like. And so the Dogs dodge a bullet, and here comes Van Tiffin back into the ball game, and this is a 41-yarder. He missed a while ago from 47. He's got this one on the way, and it's good. So he's kicked 48 and 41 and missed from 47, and it's now 13-3 Crimson Tide.
Inside.
And Wayne Johnson returns to the quarterback position for Georgia. Ron Jackson carries, trying to go around the corner. And number 34, Ricky Thomas, comes up and denies him.
You know, they had the plan pretty well worked out.
Now Georgia's in the position of where they've got to throw the ball deeper than they threw it right there. But Johnson delivered a bullet. McCluskey probably, huh? Yep. Nope, it's Tate. He's got the first down, I think. Looks like they'll mark him very close to the 35.
Good.
Now Johnson's back. Fired. Good.
Good throw, Chief. Good
Herman Archie pulled.
Archie curls to the inside, trying to find the deep opening between the linebackers and the front of the safety. Number 21, Robinson. Archie made a good catch, going back against the grain and catching it.
They're still throwing. Dump it off. Hockaday. Another Georgia first down, close to the Alabama 35.
Chief, I'll never forget the Penn State game just before the half, lose 80 yards. This is a delayed play where Hockaday waits and fakes a block and then comes off the block. The linebackers had dropped very deep, covering the wide receiver. College game, national television.
This is Tron Jackson. And he's close to the 30, about 4 and a half yards short of the first down as Wayne Davis grabbed his leg.
Johnson's numbers.
4:50 to play in the ball game. 13-3 Alabama. The pass is caught. Great catch by Osborne. Whoa-wee, that was a great catch.
Gonna stretch out. When he turns inside, the ball is led to his inside. When quarterbacks are taught to throw low and inside, ball's a little bit higher than he probably wanted, but an outstanding catch, and he holds on to it. When his left arm hits the ground, he puts...
Georgia, Ron Jackson and Henderson and Johnson throwing, drills it, end zone, touchdown, Hockaday.
Is that poised? That's what we talked about passing. What we can do is a great equalizer. Georgia Young, Miami, any other great passing team. This is an outstanding throw, Keith. I mean, he put some zip on this ball. It's drilled between the two defensive men. Turner 37.
Henderson in motion. Johnson rolls to Hockaday's side, throws in the corner, and it's no good, intended for Keith Henderson.
It's another one of those freshmen. Henderson, playing in his first college game, was in high school last year. True freshman.
Now, as Georgia will kick off after this timeout. Option. Shula kept it. First down. Well, following your late local news here on ABC. Terry Good with the ball is spun down right about the line of scrimmage. It was first and 15 from the 27.
7 seconds on the clock.
4, 3, 2. Gets it off at 2. Little shovel pass inside to the running back, Bobo, the fullback.
Timeout, quick.
And right now, Georgia has called time. 4 to play in the game. Alabama's got a punt. Georgia will return it, and then it's up to Wayne Johnson and company from there. Posture. They don't show they're going after him, but not with... Oh, it's blocked! It is blocked! It is blocked, and into the end zone, and it is touchdown, Georgia! I don't believe it! Calvin Ruff covers it, and I believe it was Terry Webster who blocked it. Unbelievable!
I think I was just kidding myself by saying Georgia might pull it out. They've done it so many times, but here again, a typical Georgia game. Fourth quarter.
The man who made the play, though, Frank, listen, he is a redshirt freshman from Haines City, Florida.
I wish we could see what happened, whether he came clean or whether they had a stunt. Georgia made 1, 2.
He's a reserve linebacker.
And the kicker took 3 long steps, Keith, and he didn't get the ball high. A freshman kicker kicking in his first game. I don't know whether we can run that back again. Yesterday, Keith, we talked about him being a step and a half kicker. He took a half a step with his right foot all yesterday and stepped with his left foot. 86.
Calvin Ruff.
Calvin Ruff. The second one in. Let's see what happens on the play. The tackle blocks out, and the left guard does not block it. The left guard busted the play. What a great effort, though, Keith. He left his feet, went out in front where the ball would be leaving the foot, and then number 86, Calvin Ruff, pushes the ball in the end zone and recovers it for the touchdown. The third man from the left is the one that blocks him, and he just gets a piece of him. The second man from the left released out to block the end. The third man from the left offensively tried to block him, and he didn't get enough of him to knock him off balance. The second man on the left of Alabama turned out to block the end, and I think that was the mistake because the end stayed in and blocked. 2 men blocked 1, leaving.
Well, now Ruff pushed the ball in the end zone.
Yes, and that's legal.
It's inside of Richardson.
Okay.
Good comes in motion, becomes the third wide man on the left side, and Shula throws it as far as he can for Good, and it's too long.
Who would be the Walter Mitty today? He has to be it.
Shula back, gets some pressure, steps away from it, throws the ball to the sidelines to Richardson, steps out of bounds, up at 45 for a first down, and you've got 36 seconds to play in the game. First down, ball just short of the 45 of Alabama. Jelks, another speedster in there. Shula getting good protection, gets it away. Bell's in the middle, and he's down at the 30, and now they're within Van Tippen's range.
And the clock stops with the first down. No timeout, Steve. Here's the blitz.
Richardson breaks to the sidelines, has the ball, steps quickly out, inside the 20, out of bounds at the 17, first down Alabama. 20 seconds.
What poise Shula is showing. I think Georgia is giving a little bit too much cushion. They're giving the receiver 8 and 10 yards, and the situation is such they ought to be playing, I think, like they did early in the ball game, right up on top of them. Now, Keith, if Shula should get sacked, somehow they're going to have to line up quickly and throw the ball out of bounds to stop the clock. We won't have time to get the field goal kicker in the ball game. They've got to be real careful here.
I'd throw it in the end zone from here, wouldn't you?
Yes, sir. He's open.
Bell, and it's touchdown, Alabama.
What a great performance by Shula. It was a pick play. I'm not sure it was an illegal pick play, but the man covering Bell was blocked off by an Alabama player or one of his teammates. And he came perfectly clean, wide open down the middle. Georgia being in a blitz, man-for-man coverage. Shula showed the call.
Incredible drive by the Alabama Crimson Tide as Mike Shula with no timeout. And the people who made the big catches for them were Greg Richardson and Albert Bell. At times an almost boring college football game, and its conservatism and its mistakes in the early season suddenly explodes here in the waning moments, and the teams come up with remarkable efforts.
Keith, let's watch Bell, number one. It seemed to me that this man got screened off. Well, I couldn't see right there. The linebacker was covering him, and that is a mismatch. I'm not sure who that was covering him. It looked like it was a linebacker, 86. See who's covering Bell. Bell is lined up in left, goes in motion, and Georgia has to adjust their defense. Right there, number 16, Willis, tried to collision him, and Bell escaped it, had the ability to escape junior college right out of Kansas, never played a varsity game, had the credentials to be the outstanding receiver or player in junior college last year.
Season.
Look at Mike Shula. What a tremendous. We said earlier that he's got to make things happen if Alabama is going to have a great season. He made things happen, and there's the dejected. You suppose Don Shula's happy down in Miami?
I bet he's
You
not
better believe it. How about Mama?
Wayne Johnson fires the ball incomplete.
Pass interference on Bennett.
Defended by Bennett, and you're right, it's against Bennett.
3 seconds to play as we look at some happy Alabama. Put into perspective, Alabama was 5-6 last year. The last team is to stick. Throw it as far as
the 40 now. Johnson cranks it up and throws it out of bounds, and the game's over. The Crimson Tide of Alabama, looking more and more like real red elephants, defeat the Georgia Bulldogs by a score of 20-16.